Here we go.
Yeah.
Look, we did it.
What up, fools?
Do you feel
Oh my
sound
god,
tested?
finally. Yeah, I
How's it?
actually do.
See, it worked. Seraphina's
actually
got
do.
pretty makeup on.
I have makeup on.
I'm gonna zoom in. We're gonna hire a cameraman. We are looking for a cameraman. If you want to do it, let us know.
Yep, just hit us up.
Email us,
Podcast.
podcast edit.
Yeah,
turn all that.
podcast. I'm on the yellow mic.
Yeah,
I like it.
I got that pink bike.
I just got a mic.
Nice. Congratulations.
He's got a mic.
I want to
So-
call it a color.
So what's up?
It's a free mic.
What's up, everybody? How's our weeks?
Pretty good. I was gonna say that. I think that's the only lighter in this room right now. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I was gonna light one of these candles.
let's light these candles.
We
I
got
like
these
those
candles
candles.
from a gift from Evil Todd Finley. He
And
hooked it
again,
up.
if you're not watching, which you should be, you can watch several places. Where can you see us?
Everywhere. We're on every format available actually, because so wherever you've heard us, wherever you're listening to us is one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I know where you can see us.
You can see us
So you can see us on YouTube,
on
right?
YouTube. You can see us on Facebook.
On Facebook.
You know, we're live right now on
Those
Facebook.
are two good places, and we're live on Facebook now. So yeah, we've got these cool little ceramic candles. I like them. Shout out to Evil Todd,
Shout out to Evil Todd.
E.T.
Yeah.
Finley.
E.T. Finn, and then I am lighting a joint. We each are going to be smoking a joint during this podcast in celebration of a new weed shop that gives out 10 joints your first time there.
Yeah, we're not gonna give them a name though, because
Not
it's
yet.
secret.
Yeah.
We don't know if these are good joints.
Yeah, we gotta test. You gotta
I
Either
don't wanna be like,
way.
yeah, these are awesome. Oh, they're shit.
But that's a good deal. And you get
I like to roll my own joints.
I got a 5-gram eighth, which they should just say 5 grams at that point. Because is that a thing?
It drives me nuts when people are like, "Oh yeah, all our
Yeah,
eighths
it's
are
not
4
an
grams."
eighth.
It's like that.
You're
It's,
doing
and that's
math
4
wrong.
grams.
You're mathematically performing wrong.
We
Like,
can't do that. That's like we're gonna how the word literally is changed to not mean literally anymore.
yeah, it can
know?
mean figuratively as well now. It's just
But
Oh,
oh
420.
shit! It's 420. Light it up.
nice.
On our clock. We go by a house clock.
House clock 420,
House clock's 420.
which is all time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, the first hit of this this seems nice so far. Now, I have a method on how I light my joints. I pinch the edges and then I light around them and I take the top off and then I light it. What's your method, good Eric?
I don't have one. I just put fire to it. I
just
just
light
light
it
it
up?
like a savage. Yeah.
And you?
I do what you do. You
You
showed me
kind of
that.
light the edges?
Yeah, look at see. I got a crisp burn. I don't want to like change the focus, but this shit lights
Yeah.
up sweet.
I find that when you do that, it evenly burns more.
Nice.
I've been rolling my own joints a lot lately. Here in Southern California where we live, I go and I get a lot of the shake. I just get straight up shake. And then I grind that, just pull up very little stems. So I don't know what kind of even weed it is. It's just all the leftover weed thrown into a jar. I get all that, I just roll my own joints.
It's like a party mix.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, can I say another good thing about this new weed place that
Mm-hmm.
I went to is they weighed out the weed. And I don't know, some places
front
do
of you?
this
So they do it in front of you?
in front of you, and some places don't. But she really went through it and took out the stems, like
No,
not a overly, but she really was like pulling it apart and doing that, which
I appreciate that. Like
I
that's just a nice.
appreciate,
It's a nice little touch, you know. Like.
It is, but when there's a crowd, because I've been on both ends. I've been on in that line, and it's like, come on, do you really have to go through all this shit? But also, I've been the recipient of that, and I'm like, oh, thank you for doing this. So
yeah,
But
I
I-
think there's a happy medium.
I guess
too.
at the same time too, I've also been impatient waiting there. It's like if they're taking too long, you know.
well,
Yeah.
I'm just an impatient person. Like sometimes I get somewhere and I just want to get going. Like I'm like, all right, I just want to knock this off my list and be done with it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a big thing is people want nugs. They want the big
They
nugs.
like the big
But
nugs.
also, I wouldn't mind if someone was just streamlining the process and pulling out all stems and just giving you all as much stem as you can get out before I even see it is
Yeah.
fine. Because I know I'm paying for stem weight a lot of the time.
Sure,
I've seen
they
some
are though
massive
too
ones.
if they're getting it from somewhere
Oh,
else,
of course,
right?
yeah. But they're getting on wholesale and shit, dude. I don't even feel bad for them.
Or they're growing it themselves.
Which
and-
you should be doing. Everyone should learn how to farm a little bit. It's gonna, it gives you more pride when you smoke it.
Well, no, also that like we should farm. Like I am planning on having a a edible garden and a smokable garden soon, you know.
Yeah,
But
what-
everyone, whatever you can plan and what you like, everyone should. All have the room, even in apartments and stuff. It's amazing what you can grow, and that creates a community around that. You can trade, and like you are growing this, I'm growing that.
Yeah. Like here at the compound, we got fucking chicken eggs soon. We'll be trading that with your worm piss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Get some fertilizers.
So my worms are doing really, really good right now.
They're not trying to escape anymore.
They
Or do
do.
they
I
still
have
try
to get
to?
a screen down at the bottom,
Mm.
but yeah, they're just doing really well. And there's more. I started with 2,000, and I think there's more because I keep finding little baby ones at the bottom because they kind of fall. But I'm building it up to the second, so I can have a second layer, or actually the third layer. So once it can reach the top of the bottom of that bin, I'll put holes in it, and then the food that I'm adding will go in there, and then the worms will come up, and then I'll have the soil. Because right now I just have the worm juice,
Okay.
which is you know, you like add
juice.
water and stuff. So I kind of did an experiment with the worm juice because everyone says it's the best, so I tried it out. And in front of my house I have 3 what's it called,
Plants,
plants. Yeah,
Succulents?
but they're
Cactus, avocado trees,
roses,
no, you know, the ones that have
loquats, strawberries,
have
cherries,
like those big flowers
tomatoes.
that you can put in your ears, like the kind of like
Oh, birds of
Hawaiian.
paradise.
No, not
sunflowers.
No,
Lilies.
they're like big
You're
ones.
asking the wrong guys.
Yeah.
anyway.
I'm not a
So I have
botanist.
3 of the same kind of bush, and
That's what she said.
and I put the worm juice on one of them, and that one really just took off really good.
Oh, so you're are you gonna introduce it to the other ones first? Or you just wanted to test it out on one?
Yeah, I just
or
was seeing.
you
what
just
was
like
up.
that one more.
Yeah, I have my favorite.
Oh,
No, but it really just made it go good. So I put them in the other ones just to see. And I don't know. I looked at the worms today. They're doing good. I
Have
got
you-
a lot of shit on like actual shit poop on the bottom that I can get.
Have you-
Worms. Way to go, worms.
Have you thought about what you want to plant back there as far as food goes? Because we've talked about planting things here in the garden, but we haven't planted anything yet.
Well, in the past, we had lettuce, carrots, onion, things like that. I really like squash, and I would like to do pumpkin maybe next year.
Is that a seasonal thing, and that's why we only get it in October, or does it grow all year?
It's a seasonal thing,
'Cause I know
but
gourds are around.
yeah, pumpkins are seasonal. But you can get squash anytime. Like
I like
zucchini.
fucking with squash and zucchinis and stuff like
I
that.
love it. Zucchini
I grill
flowers.
them up with butter. I
Have you-
steam them.
Have you had a zucchini flower?
Nah, probably
What's
not.
a zucchini flower? How's
So-
that different than a zucchini?
I ate a real flower
So
once.
it's the flower that that is on the zucchini plant, and so like, Italians eat it a lot, and you can stuff it
Does that make you angry?
with cheese and like deep fry it. It's really delicious.
Italian's so hungry. I was eating zucchini flower.
Zucchini.
They're hungry.
Hungry.
Are you trying
Ornery.
to say
No,
hangry?
ornery.
Ornery?
Ornery. That's how they say angry in the South. You're ornery.
Ornery?
Like from Waterboy, remember? He
I
says,
see that.
Mama says alligators are so ornery because they got all those teeth and no toothbrush. Ornery. Hungry. It's like French, angry, ornery. They'd be so hungry.
So what have you guys been up to? How are the chickens? I haven't seen them in a while. They're
We
loose
just
in the
saw 'em.
backyard.
Yeah, they're free range chickens. Like we're not gonna we let nature take its course
What
around
if they
here.
get eaten by a hawk?
There's no safety zone. They're just as live. They know. What about the mouse they're gonna eat or the worms they're gonna eat?
Do you lock them up though?
At night they go into their coop on their own, and
Yeah.
that's their protection because they know what to do.
But then do you lock the door?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
we don't. At night they're protected, so like possums and stuff can't really get to their eggs. But right now they group together. They're a little team, little chicken team 6. They just run around together, and they like if one gets loose, it'll stop and just go and make sounds so the other ones come back for it, or it sees them and then it goes right to them.
Yeah, when I walked back there, 2 of them came around the corner, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then they all ran away from me. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
"Motherfuckers!"
And it's really funny to see them run because they have no like arms, basically. Like when they run, they're
But
just
big
like
old
this.
feet.
You know,
Yeah.
they're just jumping like this, and it's so goofy and lizard-like. Like I'm just like, this is the dinosaurs, like Jurassic Park, those scenes.
Yeah.
I just always pictured out big ass chickens. Like, man, that's the scary.
Well, dinosaurs had feathers, you know.
Yeah, of course I know. I was there.
Oh, you were? Yeah,
Yeah, man.
You were there?
I was there.
that's crazy.
I
What was
there.
it like?
It was colder than people think, but
yeah.
pretty warm.
Oh wow, that's really descriptive and makes
Yeah, it
a
was
lot of
good
sense. I feel
period.
like I've gained a better understanding.
It was a good period. All the good Christians would just ride around on their own dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we used
Okay,
we ate
anyway.
Brontosaurus ribs.
Good. Dummy.
But yeah, like let's see. Let's try and catch up. Last week I couldn't be on the show, and neither could Serafina.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric and Mel did a great show with Jackie Monahan, right?
Yes.
Jackie Moynihan.
Yes.
How'd that go?
It was a lot of fun. No, it was a lot of fun to sit down with Jackie. We got to hear some of her debut comedy album that should be out. I believe it's going to be December 14th.
These lips, guys, check it out.
These
right?
Lips. So you can check matureadulttime.com or all of our social media for information on that. And she graciously offered anyone who pre-orders the album that gets in touch with her, she is going to give them a free copy of a movie that she starred in and I believe co-wrote called The Foxy Merkins. So we watched the trailer of that.
I'm American.
Mm.
I'm American.
Yeah. Yeah.
Merkins are toupees for pubic areas.
Yeah. Yeah, little pubic wigs. So, but no, it was a lot of fun. It was great
Oh,
to sit
yeah.
down with Jackie.
My penis has a little mo haircut. Like the Three Stooges.
Is it a merkin or you just did that yourself? That's
That's how it grows. I don't know.
Merkin?
yeah.
Merkin.
Where did that come from? Like
I heard about it from like Playboy models would talk about how when they'd be shaved and they'd have to wear merkins because in Playboy you have to have a bush. You can't have like no bush. Oh, that's hustler shit.
so they would like glue on a.
Like a fake mustache, pretty much.
But-
It's
so
probably like
where-
a really fancy fake mustache.
Am I missing where the term came from though? Merkin.
I don't know.
I mean, I can research this.
Because,
for you.
Yeah, let's
like-
look that up because I've.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if you know. That's
Birkin is such a weird word.
it. Sounds like American.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we got
I mean, I'm sure it's
American.
strictly
They'd
American.
probably try to fuck with us and make us like think that's what it is. You know? Are you American enough?
I hope not.
I think they are.
But yeah. So what's been going on with you this week, Fina? While we
Me?
look up what these merkins are.
I had a sketch
Merkin,
show.
artificial covering of hair for the pubic area. That's like literally what I said.
Yeah.
Damn,
It
I'm
is,
good.
yeah,
I'm
but,
a
like,
fucking
where-
dictionary, baby.
But can you look up the origin?
Yeah. Wikipedia's got to have that, huh?
Right here. Okay. Let's see. Look at these. That looks like
that's
a Texas goatee right there. Here's the history. Can you read that, Eric? You're a little closer.
Yeah. So. Just gonna tilt this for a second.
That's fine. No one else could see it.
The Oxford Companion to the Body dates the origin of the pubic wig to the 1450s.
No.
According to the publication, women would shave their pubic hair for hygiene reasons and to combat public lice. So, and then they would don a merkin. Also, prostitutes would wear a merkin to cover up signs of disease, such as syphilis.
Oh shit.
Dates the first use of the term to 1617. The word probably originated from Melkin, a derogatory term for lower class women,
Melkin.
or from Marykin, a pet form for the female of the female given name, Mary.
Okay.
So basically, it was just to
So-
cover. It was just to cover up a bunch of nasty pubic lice and syphilis. To start.
Just like what all wigs are for, right?
To prevent and
To
cover
prevent
up.
and cover up.
Ugh.
I'm very surprised.
Ancient
By
people were cavemen. If you were
the
born before
1450s.
1983,
I
you're a
don't-
caveman.
Is that
1980. I'll give it to you. If you were born before 1980,
so-
you're a caveman.
in 1450s? So what region of the world are we talking about?
Dude,
It's
that's gotta be Europe.
It has to be.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
fucking Native Americans or Mexicans were wearing fucking merkins, baby.
Do you guys know
We had
where
a beautiful bush.
syphilis came from?
Yeah, Europe.
But do you know how it happened?
No.
Oh, from inbreeding and fucking sheep, I think.
It's fucking sheep.
Yeah, it's fucking sheep. So it's probably a lot of the Scottish, all the English people that were out there in the, what do they call them? Mayors, shires. Where do they? The Romes.
In the shires.
In the shires. and
Up in the
fields,
highlands.
The highlands and the lowlands and the great
Fucking
gooskins.
sheep.
You got a sheep fucking. Here, let's see right here. What does it say?
All right.
Syphilis is a sexually transmitted infection caused by the bacterium that is very far away.
Yeah, it is. Oh, every time I touch something, a gross picture pops up. Look,
Yeah.
it's cool. That's not gross. Yeah.
Ew. Put in syphilis fucking sheep. See what comes up with that.
It says right here on the
I
third
can't
line, the risk
see.
of sexually transmitted transmission of syphilis can be reduced if you don't fuck sheep.
That's not true. Don't take medical advice from the mature adults.
Don't. I am not.
It really
a doctor.
said if you use latex condoms. It didn't say if you don't.
Although
fuck sheep.
I'm one of very few people. I'm guessing. Maybe not. Probably a lot of people. But I've fingered a
That-
doctor.
I thought you were
What
gonna
kind of-
say
what,
fucked
like-
a sheep.
Like just someone with a PhD or like a medical doctor?
Oh man, if I throw in PhDs, then a lot more.
If you throw in pH.
Isn't that a doctorate, right? A PhD?
Yes, they are.
Technically a doctor?
Yeah, it's a pretty huge dick.
Yeah.
According to Kanye West. But who is that later? Oh, there she is. I think it's you're a doctor. If you have a PhD, you're a fucking doctor. And it doesn't matter what it is. You could be a doctor of math. You could be a doctor of skin doctor.
Well, and I
Except
heard
a dentist.
I heard that like places like UCLA and other schools are now offering things like classes in memes. So you can like communication in memes. Can you become a meme doctor?
Probably. But if
I
you
will
do,
quit.
you're gonna get fucking.
I will quit this world if that happens.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm,
I'm
done.
gonna make it my life goal to become a meme doctor.
I would challenge meme doctors to chess publicly. Like, let's go meme doctor, and I'd have a ranking, like a public ranking of how many meme doctors I've whooped in chess or physically.
Would you
No.
separate them, or like would it be
No.
color? Or just be like, nope, I either kick this guy's ass
Or you
or I
lost
beat
in
him in
chess.
chess.
Which is no difference
Yeah.
to me. There's no fucking difference. If I kick your ass in chess, I physically dominated you in the world. In my head.
And that's important to you.
It makes me taller. Helps my beard get thicker. Johnson gets happier.
It gets happier.
This is weird, but I notice the fatter I get, the smaller my penis gets. Does that happen to you guys?
Yeah, it makes sense. It's called science.
So you think skinny guys? That's like, hey, that's the biggest your dick's gonna be, bro. Don't get fatter.
Don't get fatter.
If you're
yeah.
skinny with the tiny pee-pee, better do crunches.
Yeah. Stop eating now. Go on a smoothie diet. Only drink smoothies.
No, aren't smoothies like really bad for you?
I don't know.
Smoothies? Well, depends on what kind of diet you're trying to do. There's a lot of sugar in smoothies.
The stay skinny to keep your big dick diet. Which one would you recommend for that?
It depends on you.
Well, what I've done is nothing.
My dick is quite large, no matter how fat or skinny I am.
Oh, nice.
I
Seems
agree.
to stay pretty big.
That's good. That's good.
Let's see. Oh, I was in Chicago for Thanksgiving, and we got stuck there because there was a storm.
Oh yeah, you were stuck for a couple days, huh?
Well, a day. We're supposed to leave at like
Here,
7:00 at night, and we ended up leaving the next morning at like 6 a.m. But our second flight was originally at 4 p.m. the next day, but then that got canceled, and then I needed to get out, so we were looking at flights anywhere in California.
Oh really? You were just
Yeah.
just ready to get out.
Yeah, I mean we have shit to do. I can't be dicking around
no, that's for
with
sure.
a bunch
dude.
of fucking grumps.
Plus, it's so cold right there. Aren't they having another polar vortex or whatever? Like, you don't want to be in the Midwest right now. And if you are, thank you for listening, and stay there.
The weird thing
Hunker
is
up.
they have all these like new names for stuff like polar vortex and like
sounds
these
cooler.
northeasters and stuff like that. And I remember when I was a kid in Minneapolis, like it seemed that we got a lot more snow than they get now. It seemed it was colder, but we didn't have any fucking fancy names like a polar vortex. It was
Well, I
just
think
like it
it's
was a
changing
blizzard.
now.
It was just a blizzard.
If
That
they
was
don't come up with crazier names, then their funding gets cut.
Oh.
Gotta
Okay.
you gotta keep the machine rolling. Innovative. Keep it new. Keep it fresh. Keep it young. .com. Next year it's gonna
I
be the
think-
PV's back.
I think what's happened is it's not as much snow, but when it is snow, it's way more than usual. You know,
Oh yeah.
and it's hard for like what's happening in California right now is fucked up. All those fires
Do you guys want? Okay.
just fucked everything up, and now all the rain, and there's nothing there for the to catch the rain, so we have mudslides everywhere.
But correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't lived in California for I've only lived here a couple of years, so I didn't grow up with forest fires or fires happening around me all the time. But I heard that it is possible that we could just rake the forests,
Yeah.
and then that
Oh.
will get that it's because we didn't rake,
Those
right?
Japanese
Just
Reiki
doing-
gardens never catch on fire.
Yeah.
Just doing a little bit of gardening is the answer.
So yeah, just get a big rake, right?
Well, do you guys?
You know,
do
you're right. We did bring this on ourselves.
Not
Thank
me,
you.
fool. I'm good. Did you guys see the theories of the direct energy weapons?
No.
What's,
All right,
I haven't
direct-
even heard of that.
Okay, so there's a company that makes them right in Northern California, and they're one of the few places that got burnt.
Do we know this company's name?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I don't want to shit on their enemy anyways, because these are like underground conspiracy theory stuff. This isn't
Oh,
anything.
so
I'm
this
not-
isn't real.
No, it might be. I don't know. But the
Okay.
the pictures on in here are supposed to
So this isn't
demonstrate, like, I guess this isn't a good one. As soon as I find it, but like, there's supposed to be like pictures online where you can see where it's just like a path of destruction,
Okay.
and like there's like trees are fine and stuff. Like this all got fucked up from the fire, but these trees are all fine. Do you see?
Well, they
Like-
look very much. They look young and
yeah, but like if it did this, people are just saying if it's the fires are doing this, like they're melting cars.
Well, it's
But the
literally. We'll go back to that photo first. Let's answer what you're talking about.
Well, like
So if you go to
I
that
don't know
photo-
if this
I know,
is the best example.
But look at that photo.
Uh-huh.
You're using it as an
it's an
example.
Arby's. Well, I'm trying to find an
But
example.
there's no cars there, so it seems like people got there and was able to put it out. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why the trees are saved.
To me, it looks like that just burned all down to the ground.
Yeah.
But it looks like, but wouldn't a building kind of be designed to do that, like, and not spread? Because it's just spreading on concrete. What's it going to do?
I don't think that. I mean,
Yeah.
we have
I
to
don't
ask
know, I'm
Andy
just-
about
No,
that
just
yeah,
shit.
if there's no winds and stuff, then it wouldn't carry. The problem is some of the winds was carrying and jumping it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about fire. The only things I know about fire, I think I learned from Backdraft or Rescue Me, and I don't know if those are like the best
Yeah, they're-
sources.
They're
you know?
pretty accurate.
Right on. But so they think this is like microwave direct energy weapons.
Yeah,
like it's direct microwave.
microwaves or lasers are both forms of direct energy.
So who's
weapons.
attacking us, and why California?
Well,
why?
These fools are saying that they mostly attacked California because the areas that were hit were big grow farms. Like a lot of people's grow farms and wineries got fucked up,
That's true.
and so that was some of the things they were pointing out. I don't necessarily know why people
So
would do
who?
it.
Do you think big? I
Our
thi-
own government?
Maybe
Do
big
you think it's
tobacco.
Trump?
Well, if you look at companies that are militaries that have accepted or used these direct energy weapons, every big country's involved. Like China has them, Russia has them, America has them, Japan has them, Canada has them, England, everyone has them. At fucking a nerd in their basement can make one. Like anyone can have one. And the hardest thing is you can't tell where they come from or anything. It's just
What
basically
is
a fire
this?
starter.
You haven't explained what it is.
It's a direct energy weapon. It takes a laser or a microwave. You aim it at something and it fucking catches it on fire. You know,
So-
like a bad guy would use in an old James Bond movie, like bam, like a laser from the sky.
So it just harnesses energy to a pinpoint to a,
yeah, like a laser.
le-
It's just a laser, but you can't see it. Like you can't see a laser. You guys know that. You can't see it until it hits something. You know, unless you like put some smoke or something in the air. And then like people had allegedly had pictures of stuff going up. But I'm like, you could Photoshop that shit super easy. You know.
That's why I'm always smoking. Just to make sure there's no lasers around.
Smart.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I do. Do you guys remember that movie Entrapment where she had to like crawl through all the lasers?
Yep, that's the only part I remember.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
It was a good movie.
That's funny.
You guys don't like the idea of direct energy weapons.
I
I
don't. I think that's super
I mean,
scary.
if it's grow locations, I think that it was probably most likely going to be big tobacco and big alcohol
The Rothschilds.
and the Rothschilds coming together to
so
stop.
many people died. That's like.
You guys are like political fools, right?
Yeah, I follow politics.
Well, I'm a
yeah.
fool.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, yeah, I know that. Actually, some comic like texted me.
No.
She said, "Can I?" I know it's a girl now, but at the time I had no idea who it was. It's just a random phone number. It said, "Can I get the flyer?" And I was like, "Who is this?" And they're like, "I'm a comedian." And I'm like, "Okay, my name's Art, and you texted me. Who's this?" I was like, "My name's Art. Who's this, Foo?" I put Foo, and she's like, I think it's so rude. She wrote back like, never text me again. I think it's so rude that you said foo. And I was like, I call all my friends fool. Like, are you trying to like, are you booked on one of my shows
What are you
or
talking
something?
about, fool?
Yeah, exactly. And then she's like, eventually she's like, oh, okay, well and I was like, how'd you get my number? Like, you're the one that texted me. And then she got it from what's up, one of the bookers or whatever sent a massive group text to everyone. So I'm not sure if this girl's just going around texting people about the show trying to find the booker, Oni Obiki, because
yeah.
you know how he does like mass text. So I was like, dude, you're looking for Oni, not Art. Like,
Yeah.
and then she sent me like a profile link and shit.
Okay.
Sorry, foo, if you're watching.
Hey, fool.
I
Hey,
call
fool,
everyone that.
sorry.
What's up?
All right, fool.
Right? I call fucking the judge fool. Like, thanks, judge, fool. No, I fucked that up already. I was lying.
So
I
what
got
were you
that.
gonna say about the politics?
I was gonna ask if you guys could catch me up. You know, because
Oh,
I've been
shit's
fucking
happening
trapped in
today.
Assassin's Creed. I've been in ancient Greece. I don't know what's happening.
Well, a lot of shit.
Like what? Tell me.
The world's end.
We've seen
Oh, okay.
we've seen a huge one of the things that I thought was the most interesting that came out of the G20 summit, because that just happened, what was that, last week and kind of through the weekend, I guess, was that there was a big stock market rally and then subsequent crash over a couple days.
Yeah, it was crashing first, and then it went up.
Yeah, after the
Or
president
it was
tweeted
not crashing,
out.
it was going down.
Yeah. I mean, it was correcting. Like that's the thing, is the stock market needs to correct itself. I mean, it's a common thing for it when it starts outpacing itself this fast. But I find it. That's the thing that I find the most interesting, and that I've thought has been funny, is that people spend a lot of kind of clout and faith behind shit that people say, which is just such a weird concept to me. Like, there's just so much news that is so and so said this, so and so said this. It's not actually reporting anything of any merit.
Art.
It's a gullible nature. We have a gullible country that just believes every fucking
Well,
snake
no,
oil
it's just like
salesman.
that. It's
They literally sell like
it's the fear and the thought and the speculation that is driving what's happening instead of what's actually happening.
I just think that a lot of people are fucking dumb. Like, they're the ones that buy those weird like magnetic bracelets that's supposed to heal them from things. And, you know,
I've been saving up for one of
those
those.
copper socks that are like, oh, this sock
I
has
have
copper
one on
in it.
both my wrists and both my ankles.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, but you have a crystal here in front of you too.
Yeah.
No, this is my own stone.
That's in case what Goliath comes.
It's called Seraphinite.
Seraphinite.
I saw it and I had to buy it because it's me. This rock is named after me.
And how did it get to the podcast table today?
As are the chickens. As are everything is named after me. So I surround myself. I had it. I found it and I put it in my pocket.
Nice.
It's
Ooh,
cool.
I found some Seraphinite online.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. See?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Go ahead and read the meaning.
How could flat earthers believe in flat earth knowing there's all these jewels in the earth? Look at all that.
Go ahead, read the meaning of it.
Where does it say the meaning?
Go back.
Okay, 1 sec. Going back here. Seraphinite meanings.
And uses. Ooh, crystal vaults.
This
The
sounds like
best use is
this is
you
where I
put
go
it
for
in
all
your
my
butt.
news. Oh man, I've been using lemon seeds this whole time. All right, where is it? Let's see. The beauty and energy of Seraphinite rises through the body chakras like a six-winged spirit of light.
I sure
It
do.
is named for the seraphim,
The seraphim,
the
as am
highest
I.
order of angels who
Duh.
attend to the throne of God. What?
All of them.
Zeus too?
All of the gods.
Zeus is a rapist. Their image of that and their
Feathery wings
are captured in iridescent silver and suggest the flight within the deep forest green.
I don't even
Let me
know
see
what
that
that means.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see it now. It looks like it's going fast.
It's like
that
all
way.
knowing, you know, like there's
like
a
that.
little bit of
Looks like that.
maybe healing energy in it, a little bit of psychic energy. So if you
Oh, yeah.
guys need to know something, just ask me. I'll tell you. Like this morning, my mom came to visit. She left, but she asked me, "Hey, Stephanie, guess how many purses I have?" And I just said 40. out of the blue, and it is exactly 40.
Huh.
That
Guess how
bitch
many fucks
has
I get.
40 fucking purses.
Damn. I
That's
mean, what's
nuts.
that? One every year of her life. She's a very young lady.
It's crazy. That's too much. Do you guys have 40 of anything?
I have 40 rices probably.
Rices?
You know, yeah.
Right,
There
like
might be
pieces-
40 Sharpies in here.
Yeah,
Like
there's
pieces
probably-
of rice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
No.
really don't have 40 at
There's
much.
not 40 rices. There's not 40 markers in there. Count them.
No,
I'm
No.
gonna
All right,
count
you're going to count them, but
All right.
there's probably 18 or something.
I have over 40 records, but that's probably about
Okay,
it.
That's
I don't even-
reasonable though, because each record is a different thing.
Yeah, I don't think I even have 40 pieces of clothes. Maybe if I count like a pair of socks as 2 items, I might get to 40.
I don't have enough socks for that.
Yeah.
That'd be 20 pairs of socks.
Well, no, I'm just saying coupled with all my other clothes. Like I might
Oh.
own 40 articles of clothing, but I don't really own 40 things.
So there's only 26 Sharpies in here.
See, so double that almost, and I'll have 40 something.
I don't know. I feel like that's just a little.
How many?
Are you shaming your mom right now?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
One. How
Mom
many?
shaming.
How many purses do you have?
2. And I just bought one to make 2.
Wow. Okay.
Can we
Dude.
watch this Ocasio Cortez?
Sure.
She's yelling at
Put it
Trump
on
Jr.
full. Put it on full.
Yeah,
screen.
Let's hear this because I would be interested in hearing your guys' opinion on her. Just in general. And
Full
what?
screen it.
Well, I will. Let me just make sure there's no like ads or anything.
No, do it now. Just kidding.
Back at Donald Trump Jr. on Friday, after the president's
Oh, she
oldest
looks like
son
my
shared a meme
ex-girlfriend's
implying
older
that her
sister.
democratic socialist
fat.
views would lead to Americans eating dogs. Ocasio-Cortez
Of
said
course.
on Twitter, quote, "I have noticed that Junior here has a habit of posting nonsense about me whenever the Mueller investigation heats up. Please keep it coming, Junior. It's definitely a very, very large brain idea to troll a member of a body that will have subpoena power in a month." Her tweet was in response to a 2-paneled meme
Man, is she one of
that
those people
Trump
that keeps
Jr.
your head
shared
with
on
earbuds
Instagram
in
on
all times?
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
The top photo showed an image of Ocasio-Cortez with the
No,
text, "Why are you
please.
so afraid of a socialist economy?" The second photo showed President Trump with the text, "Because
Socialist
Americans want to
economy,
walk
bitch.
their
I don't want
dogs,
that."
not eat them."
Walk their dogs, not eat them.
Do all socialists eat dogs?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's in
Okay,
the training
first of
manual.
all, I would like to point out, Art, the first thing that you'd say about any of that was you just commented on her looks.
Her earbuds.
No, the first comment out of your mouth was her looks,
I
and
said
then
she
you called
looks 'cause
another
she-
girl fat. I would
Yes.
just like to point that out.
I did. And I was that's how I would describe them. Being fat is not. If you're fat, it's okay.
No, but why?
Don't
why
let
do
her
we need?
make you feel like it's a shameful
Art, why
thing.
do we need to know that?
Because I like to.
I thought we were
'cause
gonna
I'm
watch the video
I'm
for
on
the
a
merit of the
podcast.
video.
Well, I also want to comment over it so we don't get in trouble for playing other people's shit. And I also just feel like there's a microphone in front of me, and I thought I got to speak freely.
You can, and
All
so
right,
do
so
I.
why are you
And I'm
so
just
all mad?
asking.
Why are you all mad?
I'm not
Why
mad.
are you offended that I called a
I-
woman you've never met fat and
I'm
she
not.
is fat?
I am just pointing it out.
How much does someone have to weigh to be considered fat?
What does that even mean?
Because I just want to say I was describing her accurately, and Ocasio Cortez is
I'm not
fat.
upset at
Oh, you
all.
seem
I'm
mad.
smiling right now. All I was pointing out was the two things that I thought was interesting. Let's talk about it. And you got super defensive. So
Yeah.
All I was
did.
saying
I'm
was-
sensitive. Sensitive. Don't call me fat. But I can
Why
call
would-
other people
wow.
fat. No, I just
Wow.
I just found it interesting. That she's on a Twitter war. She just got into politics, and she said she wants to be above, be better than the rest of them, and she just goes right down to what we've been considering the lowest denominator of presidential tax, or even any political tax, of just slamming each other on Twitter. And she's now a part of that, and I'm just going, okay.
I don't think that what she did was necessarily a slam. I think she was addressing, because there's different things you can do. One, you can meet someone who's attacking you with attacks, or you can ignore it, which I think ignoring it can either depending
I think
on
that's
where
powerful.
you are, though. Ignoring it and not addressing it can be, it just depends. And what I think she did is she took the middle ground of that, addressed it, and said, hey, look, you can keep saying what you're going to be saying, but
She said it's not, or it's very big brain. So she's quoting, I'm trolling. And then she said that she's going to have subpoena. Basically, she said she's going to be able to call him into court in a few months. So keep on doing that. Like, basically, if that's the
Those
case,
are
then
true.
just fucking do it then.
Those are all true things.
But don't stoop to their level. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know. I think maybe she's calling out to being like, look,
No, she's
maybe
getting
you
more
don't realize
followers.
these things are happening.
She just wants more Twitter
You
followers.
work with us, you
And
know?
that's good. She's good at her job. I mean, I don't follow it. I don't know.
What
but
do you
like,
mean she's good at her job? She just got to her job.
She got elected. That's her job, is getting elected and getting to that job. Now she's gonna do a little bit of shit, and then she'll start campaigning again, or moving up to a different job where she'll campaign again. That's what I feel politicians do. Their job is getting the job and keeping it.
Right, but she got the job campaigning on the opposite of all of that. So let's see if time will
Now
tell
she's firing back.
yeah, great. Let her fire back.
So it is good if a politician talks shit on Twitter, as long as it's not president.
What the president, I mean, Twitter now, because of the president, is a viable means of communication for everything. And I feel like there's a lot of things Twitter is useful for, and that's for like spreading news and saying your views. And I don't think what she did was anything compared to what the president does. And the president of the United States has done and some outlandish things that are dangerous. What she's doing is not putting the country in danger.
All right.
Good, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I don't know why she's taking, I don't know why she's going to Twitter. I mean, this kind of goes back to what I was talking about with news. I don't know why her opinion of some guy sharing a meme is something that needs to have, an article that has 22,000 shares from thehill.com, which means
So,
it probably has what is she?
I don't even know what she's responding to, because that.
Well, they said it in the video. Like, apparently.
Well, I'm sorry. Art was talking over the video, so I was barely paying attention.
It was just some dumb meme. It was just a meme about.
She was talking shit about Donald Trump Jr., man.
So they put a meme out about her.
Yeah.
About they're saying if they go socialist, they're going to eat dogs.
Oh, the second part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, he said, "Do all socialists eat dogs?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, they do."
That's a crazy.
Every hungry human will eat a dog for the most part. I mean, most of them will.
I'm not eating no dog.
If you're starving, you probably would. I'm just saying, like,
that earthquake comes. I mean, if I have to, I'll eat Dolce.
Like, do you think that soccer team was
There's
bad?
nothing to eat Dolce.
I know Dolce wouldn't be a good meal at all, unless you like to eat hair.
Hey, maybe I do like to eat hair.
Probably
Okay.
too. I'm a hair guy. I like to eat hair. No, but I think
Can we have that lighter?
like people that had to eat each other, like the Donner Party, or those people like that soccer
Yeah.
team. I don't feel like they're bad people.
Of course not. But in this day and age, there's no reason, unless we have cell phones and we can get, you know what I mean? We're not going to be stuck anywhere. It's very rare that we're going to be stuck anywhere to eat that. And
What do you do when aliens come? For real,
Okay.
not the caravan, like some outer space extraterrestrials.
Which adult would
And
you
they
eat
turn
first?
the phones off. Bloop. Like phones go off. Imagine that. Just bam. We're back to our childhood. We had none of that shit, right?
I don't deal in the hypotheticals.
Why? This is a fun thought experiment.
Aliens?
Okay, Martians. If I give them a planet, is it better?
Russians, maybe Russians.
Russians.
Yeah.
The Chinese, Eskimos.
The
Eskimos
what?
invade. Okay.
What'd you say? The what?
The Chinese. That's how you say multiple Chinese. Is Chinese.
Is that true?
No, I just made that up.
That's
I stole a copyright. Chinese get it.
racist. What are we even talking about?
I don't know.
I was saying I don't think it's necessarily a bad person that eats their dogs, but if you come to that time, it's shitty.
Sure, but that's not what he is saying in that tweet. What he's saying in that tweet is a scare tactic, and he's being really gross and for no reason.
I agree.
You know, and he's attacking other countries for no reason. Think about what's going on right here. You know what I mean?
Did you see what's going on in Paris?
They're about to protest. You can't go into no museums.
Dude, they've just fucking like they like graffitied up that Arc de Triomphe, and like all these people in yellow jackets were fucking everything up. Let's see if we can
They're
find
fucking
that.
mad out there.
Yeah, because they're trying to increase the price of gas again.
Yeah, because they will. Oh, you want clean energy? You want us to fix the way you live? Well, you're gonna have to pay for it. And then everyone's like, no, fuck that.
Well, they already have. I know they already have like insane gas taxes. Like
Yeah.
like gas is like $7 a fucking gallon out there.
Well,
Which-
it is super
That's
crazy.
more and more reason to get a bird scooter.
Absolutely. I just think
Or
it's
just a
weird
scooter.
that the solution is like we have to pay more. Like the poorest of the poor people. Like we're not. My factory's never polluted
Mm-hmm.
anything, but yet if you want to fix it, then the carbon tax falls onto you.
The rich
me.
people need to pay for it. They
I
have the
don't even-
bigger
I just
carbon
think the
tax
pe-
anyway.
I think we have the technology to trace back who's done what, or
We're
at least a
all
little
dead.
bit.
Yeah.
Because like some big companies probably haven't polluted shit, but we know some that have the money to be like maybe Exxon. Remember that time you fucked up the Gulf
Yeah.
3 or 4 times or whatever? How many times you do it? How about for that you pay a little bit of this carbon tax so like it doesn't fall on the back
Do you
of people
think
that
that
didn't
maybe?
have to.
I think for all of the oil spills and all the times that they have fucked up, that maybe the oil companies now should just hand it over and be a nonprofit company. All their profits go
Well,
back to
there's more than
fixing
one
shit.
company. First of all, so
All of
which
them.
company?
Exxon,
Well,
fucking
the thing
all
is,
of them.
the thing that's fucked up to me is that it seems like these companies kind of poisoned the world, and then they said, now if you want the cure, you have to pay for it,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fucked up.
It's
like,
totally
I'm just
fucked
like,
up.
It is.
That's
I
why-
agree with
And
you.
but the politicians' answers are the same thing. We need more money. Give us more money, and we'll fix it. And I'm like, but every time we give you fucking money, you don't fix shit.
Yeah.
You know what they do? They fucking build the biggest bomb in the world and drop it on a fucking airport that's rarely used. Who cares? Like, and that costs like fucking. What was the mother of all bombs?
How
I
do you
think-
fix that though?
How do you fix
You
what?
just get involved. You gotta. I think you should run for local politics, Art.
First of all, how do you know I'm not in politics? I am QAnon. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No. That's because
You
that
should-
doesn't
you should
work.
be
I already
involved.
told you the politicians. They spend all their time trying to get the job, and once they get it, they spend the time just trying to keep it. They don't do anything. They really don't.
Oh, okay. So
Everything stays the same.
So how did we get? How did women get the right to vote?
I think they just complained enough.
How did any change happen?
What changes have happened? Name the change. Name from when we went to bad to good.
Women couldn't vote. Before.
All right. I don't like that women couldn't vote, but I also see the downfall of when the women entered the workforce because it doubled the economy. That's great, but I feel like the American family was destroyed. A lot of people grow up being raised by the school systems and not their parents because both parents work now. And I just think it's kind of convenient for a country
Okay,
to
I
raise their children
disagree
on
with that completely.
I feel it's cool to raise their. It doesn't have to be just the women do it, but I feel like someone should be there. Like it.
Well, the way that the country is you can't afford to live on one person's salary. So no matter who is working, a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's really like, I feel like
That's
so.
not a good thing.
Yeah, but that's
it's
not a good
also
thing,
not
though.
a good thing, but just
But
that.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying
I'm
is,
so like that.
can I
women
finish what I was saying first?
Well, I'm
Because
sorry, I didn't know you
that's
were
all the build up to my point. My point is that I feel like the companies have grown so big, they took over the just the family structure in us. Like most kids are raised by school systems and after school programs and pre-daycare programs or nannies or whatever, and we're not because our parents are working. And that's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm saying that the companies won when they did that by training us, by getting the parents out to the workforce.
by getting women
By doubling the
right to
workforce,
vote.
no. The voting
Well,
I
that's
think
what
is
we were
important.
talking about.
I know I said the voting's important, but I think they got us when they got us into like that suffrage movement. I think was contaminated in a way by they wanted to ruin the American family or just families. So we're raised by the state. Like our generation,
But
a lot
that-
of people in our generation were raised by the school system or
I was, yeah.
police systems or whatever. Like the juvenile hall or
I spent a lot of
all
time-
that shit
yeah.
because we
Okay,
didn't have
can-
strong families. Everyone has to move out. All right, if you want to be like the new structure is you have to live on your own. It used to be families would stay together for a long time so you could afford to do things. 'Cause
Are
you
we
could say-
having a conversation?
I'm
or
finished. Let me have a rant. All right, fine. I'm done.
Well,
Go on.
no.
What,
I mean,
what do you have to say? It's so important that
there's-
I can't finish.
I just want you to
What's so
define
important?
what a family looks like, because to me what a family looks like and to you what a family looks like could
You
be
don't know.
different.
You don't know. I think a family is like
So what is
everyone
a
you're
family?
related to, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, like your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters, like all being together at a point. Like school systems in like old towns, for example, like you go back to like an old timey town, like like in like the western area, or whatever, like Deadwood or like You know what I'm talking about, like the frontier, pioneer era, like that era. When they would build a
Give
school.
me a date. What dates are you
I
talking
don't
about?
know
Like
when the
1900s?
let's say 1849 when the fucking gold rush happened, or 17, right around there. When people started to build out and expand west, when they would build schoolhouses, it was before they became like the system of school bell and all this. You'd have a teacher who was probably a local mom or something, and then all the kids would go there. You'd have teenagers with little kids, and the little that I think that's beneficial to learn when you're all around that. Not when you're separated and put out with like, all right.
So what study are you? You just have
It's
this
an opinion.
thought.
It's an opinion. Yes, I think it's fucked up. I think that a long time ago, someone developed these school structures to make factory workers. They make good little factory workers. Everything about the school system that we grew up in is the same as your factory worker. When the bell goes off, go to your next place. You listen to the person in the front who could be your fucking, I don't know,
Sure.
your boss or whatever, your foreman,
I can
whatever
see
it
that,
needs.
but
and then your cattle, go to this thing, go to that. Oh, you're late. That's a big trouble. You can't do that.
I think we definitely could approach education in a way better way, but I don't think going back to having one schoolhouse and
No. I think
knowledge
Well,
is
that was
the
an
answer
example.
to that.
No, I want knowledge, but I think the knowledge should be shared in a group. Like everyone wants to go off and do their own thing now. Everyone feels like, oh, I'm not successful unless I have my own house, my own car, my own whatever. Everyone needs that. My own power
Well, that's
job.
the
my own
American thing is,
No,
is having your own identity and like.
See, but that's something
no one
that
wants
they
to be
tricked
the
us
same
into.
anymore.
Exactly, and they tricked us into that. Like people like think it's embarrassing to do like the most simplest things, like being a gardener or something. Like people are like, oh, I can't do that. I need to be a lawyer. Everyone's trying to tell their kids,
I don't
be a
think
lawyer,
that.
be a doctor, but no one wants to do the fucking other stuff. Like, hey, be someone that makes
people are
sandwiches
doing
good.
the other stuff.
Of course, but they fucking hate every moment of it because they're filled with these dreams that they need to be better and be on the higher standard and be the boss. Everyone hates their boss, but they want to be the boss. It's a fucking weird thing. We're all, I think we're a little caught up on trying to get the next greatest gadget, the next best thing. Like we need to fucking just slow down and be like, all right, like this is kind of nice. I can find myself doing it all the time. And it's just scary how fast it's going to go. Maybe I'm just an old fart and I can't take it because I'm just like, oh man, it's moving so fast. But I just think it's scary the way it's going. It feels like the corporation, the governments took over everything, and then the corporations took over the government.
And then we made
now we're fucked.
and then we made corporations people, and then the government made corporations people.
Yeah, but how did all that happen? Because we let that happen. It's not
I wasn't
we
even
weren't
born
tricked.
when it got put into.
I know, but
the
we
system.
as people, the regular people, and it's because there isn't a great education system. We're not teaching our people.
I mean, maybe it's because
also, can I go ahead?
I was gonna say maybe it's also because we don't do things like France. We don't do things like put on some yellow vests and walk around burning cars until we make our point crossed. Like when bankers on Wall Street like crashed the fucking economy, what
Yeah.
should have happened is moms should have gone into Wall Street and started burning down those buildings and fucking up the bankers that ruined people's lives.
Well,
I mean,
I've lived through a riot, and it
You don't
sucks
want
to
that.
do that. Yeah, you really don't want to do that. But yeah, there should be a form of that.
But
like,
how
there
can
should
you
have been
make yourself
officers
heard?
going to
But
get those
isn't that
people.
protest? And you guys
No, I don't
kind of.
think I don't like protesting. I think
don't
it's
like protesting.
I think protest is
But
a look
can
at
I-
me thing.
But
Well,
but
I mean,
that,
this
this is what
accomplished
we
something.
started. It does, and that's protest.
That wasn't
And
protest. That was
That's
rioting.
that's
Yeah.
rioting. But protest has accomplished things.
Where are
Like,
those pussy hats at?
can,
They all
can
shut
I
up
finish?
after
Do you
their
want
leader was
to?
a
Can I
rapist.
finish? Because
Yes, please
the
go, go,
beginning of this. Yeah, now I can't talk. The beginning of this was we were talking about what good comes from like politicians or being involved, and
In Twitter wars.
we have. Well, no, but I'm saying. I didn't do that to you. I didn't interrupt you. I was trying to ask you a question, and you got mad when I was trying to ask you a question, and now you're interrupting me. So unless
was
you're
just
going to
saying
give me
the
the
point.
same respect that I just gave you,
So me saying
No.
Twitter wars, like correcting the statement, isn't being disrespectful.
you're correcting the statement that I'm making. You're not listening to me. I'm not talking about
Yeah,
that.
but
What
it's
we
a-
were talking about before is being involved, and you said what change has come, and I started by saying women had the right to vote. Now I'm going to say other things along those lines because I let you respond to that.
These are you saying this is the
So-
changes from protests. Women got the right to vote.
Now, I mean, the conversation changed a little bit because of protests. Yeah, can I just say something?
Yes, I'm just trying
Thank
to
you.
catch up. You're welcome.
So anyway, protest, like when people walked on Washington and fucking we're talking about the Vietnam War and we got to see all of that stuff, and we, you know, you know what? Go ahead. Just tell
I don't
me
know
your
what the walk
opinion.
on Washington is. What is that? What happened there? I honestly
During
don't
the
know.
Vietnam War, when everyone was there protesting the Vietnam War, do you remember that
That's
scene?
called the walk in Washington.
Well, when they were all
Was
there.
it the Million Man March?
I know it from
with Forrest Gump?
Yeah, that Forrest
That's
Gump
called the
scene.
walk on Washington.
I don't know.
I think it was the Million Man March. Was that it? Was that the Maybe it was something.
No, Million Man March was something different.
See, I
But
wasn't
people
sure.
were-
I just don't know what the walk on Washington is. I don't know that kind of stuff.
We at this country, we have changed. Before separate is not equal, we decided that, you know, I mean, we're still fucking, some people don't believe that, but we have decided that's, some change has happened, and the more we're involved, the more we vote, and the more we get out there and actually know what's going on is the only way we can make change, instead of sitting here in a podcast room saying women shouldn't have the right to vote.
I didn't say that. I'm saying I'm happy they had it, but in that movement, another tricky thing got in there.
I mean, it is interesting that the, you know, probably the U.S. and Canada specifically, or more particularly, and other kind of westernized worlds really are the only ones that have this kind of separation of family and this breakup of family and this whole idea that you basically march towards being an adult, and when you become like they call it
the nuclear family.
Yeah, like we've really structured like the way that our society views families and views like living in a radically different way than most other places in the world.
Can you
which
have, can you have
think-
a beer? Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think part of that though is because we can easily more travel now? Before you couldn't travel that easily.
I think
little bit.
I
That's
think
good.
part of that has to do with it. I think the probably the Industrial Revolution and the less reliance on having to farm and create like your entire kind of land and home life. The fact that we have moved into a kind of more specialized jobs, but it doesn't explain how. I mean, China has done that. Japan has done that, and it's still very common for those families for children to stay until they get married, or stay or when they're married, move in their elderly parents. Like, it's just an interesting.
This raises a good point. I just wanted to inject this. Like, cultures with tighter families have less homelessness because they have someone to fall back on. If you look, you rarely see a lot of Japanese or Asian homeless. Like, of course you do. That does exist. But it's like very rare because a lot of those people have families that they can fall back on. Like, man, I'm having a shitty time. Please, like, you know, I can have my aunt or my uncle, my
but
cousin.
that's not the cure to homelessness. Homelessness is a lot because people who don't have mental health
But where's their
access.
families taking care of them?
Well, sometimes they're dangerous and you can't take care of them, and you can't afford to take care of them, or they think that they don't have anything wrong with them and you can't take care of them, and then they'd rather be on the streets.
That's true, but I mean, do you think that a lot of those people also have just doors shut to them? Like, oh, I don't fucking talk to you anymore because you're like, yeah, you're my fucking cousin, or yeah, you're my brother, but fuck you because you're a leech, you're a mooch, you're a time waster,
Or a drug addict.
You're a drug addict. You're not worth saving because you're not my family.
No, that's not true. I have showed up for people in my family and for people not in my
Do you
family.
think you ever helped someone don't you think you've helped someone by going a little bit extra mile from like hurting themselves or losing their
Sure,
job or
but-
losing their house
yeah,
or something?
I have.
And that's what family does. A lot of people don't
But
want to
I
do that.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people do want to do that. I do that, and for people not just in my family. But there's, at the same time, I know people that I've gone out of my way. I stopped my life for,
Yeah.
and I can't help.
But don't you think people are taught in a business world that shit's not important? You have to move forward. You have to be cutthroat. You have to be ruthless. You have to climb the ladder. Right? We can agree that that's kind of like a mentality in the business world.
It can be,
And
yeah.
I think that
And
really shuts down your family love.
I feel like that's kind of changing, especially now, and because of technology. Because now, when something like happens, you can spread the word, and money. If you put your money where your mouth is, that really does make change. You can stop buying. Corporations are people. Corporations have power now. They can do things. So if you stop giving them money, then you stop
Yeah,
their
but
power.
what about the people that are just giving the money
And-
for their health insurance and then rent and the electric bill and their phone bill, and that's it?
Yeah.
They have no money to give anywhere else.
That's
Like, how
why
do you
I
fight
feel
that
like
power.
equal access to healthcare and education across the board.
I think
should be
education
good.
should
Yeah.
absolutely be like. I don't see why there's not a reason why majority of people don't know CPR and basic first aid, because that's a lot of the shit would clear out the
education I'm
like,
talking about
emergency
too
rooms.
is from like kindergarten, K through 12, where
No, all that shit.
they have books and they've got like where someone here
tablets.
has the same has the same education and opportunities that anywhere in this country has, and that's not the case, and it should be.
That's not the case because
And-
places have to fund themselves.
And healthcare, I mean, there's so much money wasted.
Yeah, I think I'm covered
feel
because I
like
got a
we
bunch of
should-
ex-cholas in my family, which means I have a bunch of nurses in my family. Hey, can you look at this for me? Fuck yeah. I got you, cousin.
I feel like it's only would make this country stronger and richer if we have a more educated and healthy country. Like, imagine all the things we can create and innovate if we are really sitting here and supporting our people
Well, think
and
about-
giving back. Like, we take so much from this planet, we can give back to it.
Yeah, I think the next generation, like my son and like his generation or even theirs, will grow up so much smarter than us.
Yeah.
Because they have just so much more access to everything right away.
Well,
And you know
I
what-
just read somewhere the kids that are being born now,
Uh-huh.
like right around here, are the ones that are gonna save us. That's the
Man,
generation
that's everyone
save
looking
us.
for a fucking
Yeah.
hero. I'm gonna be dead before they can do
Yeah.
shit. They ain't
That's
saving
fine.
me. Anyway, I'm just saying, yes, the kids are growing up faster because like when you're young, you're really spongy and you can learn shit. I feel like I learned every line in every Saturday morning cartoon I watched when I could have been sitting there googling science facts.
No.
Oh, speaking of that just triggered Neil deGrasse Tyson. What do you think of that?
Oh.
What?
4 women have sexual harassment things. One of them's like a rape charge. And then all the other ones are like coworkers that said he was like really like grabby or pushy or trying to get them to, trying to get laid from them. And he's acknowledged them. Here, let's look at
Yeah, because
This is the first time hearing this.
type
Don't
fast.
I'm familiar.
type-
Yeah.
Don't light yourself
I'm
on
not gonna
fire,
let myself on
Art.
fire.
You
I'm just so
almost
excited.
did.
Yeah, I almost do a lot of things.
You're so excited
I
that
wanna
a
give it the mouse.
science man
Yeah,
is
give me that mouse.
as
No,
is
I'm not
being
excited.
accused of
I'm not
rape.
excited. I'm not excited. I'm
No.
saying, what do you think now? Now, this isn't a dirty, like, gross producer guy. This is someone that everyone loved.
He has. So he has gotten really cocky in the last.
Didn't you notice that? Remember that thing? I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch. And, like, that was like,
Well,
Damn, wait, he's calling people bitches
You were
now?
upset
it's in a
about
movie.
that in
No, I love it. I don't
yeah,
like
but
what
he
he
probably
did. I like
didn't-
his persona.
He probably didn't write
Look
that
at-
line.
No, it was for a movie, exactly. I'm not like giving him shit about that. I'm just saying like he did become really cocky. Like he would start to go out and like call people out. Like he'd be like, here, put it on the background behind us if you don't mind.
So we're looking at this thing.
Right here?
No,
Quick
behind
trans.
us.
Oh, behind us. Yeah.
There you go. Their feet is Neil.
yeah.
All right, move it. Let's see the culprit.
right.
Oh no, feet is grabbing you. All right, so what happened?
So I mean, this is probably going to be a fairly in-depth article, but so this, it seems like when they were in graduate school together in the 1980s. I'm not sure how to Chaya Ahmed. I'm
Shia
sorry.
LaBeouf.
Yes.
Shia LaBeouf, I guess.
Says she looked up to Neil deGrasse Tyson. They were both black students in a majority white astronomy department. All right, I need a little less in-depth article
Oh my
here.
god, look at him. He looks so cocky. Look at he's like look at my telescope. Look
at
how
him.
he has it pointed at his dick.
He's got a
There's
cosmic.
not even a
yeah.
window there.
No,
Fuck him.
he's got. Look at
Okay,
that.
first
Cosmic.
of all,
just
I
kidding.
feel like that photo was taken before he did anything to anyone.
I don't. Well, I don't know.
I
I mean,
mean,
this
You
look
know
at
he
that
was like
shirt.
a football
Look at
player and a
that shirt.
weightlifter, right? Aren't those guys most likely to beat up women?
Oh God, I
All right. So fourth woman. I'm just trying to get like a condensed version of the facts. I don't need.
No, good. Keep
like,
investigating because we're like new on this shit.
Last week, we reported that Fox and producers working on Cosmos were investigating allegations of sexually inappropriate behavior
I want to talk about that.
that
too.
has been raised by 3 women against. All right, so this is.
So this is before the fourth came
is
out.
he single?
Yes, I don't know. I think so. He might. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But can I tell you this? I don't like that all these private companies are investigating the rape. Like, why don't every time there's like a weird allegation from someone, they're like, "All right, our company's gonna look into it." It's like, why
It is-
aren't the police
yeah,
involved? Is
yeah,
this not illegal? Is it just like a
Yeah, like
company policy?
Well, I
that-
guess
I mean,
maybe
they could be happening simultaneously, and they're just trying to go through like their own HR to try to cover their ass.
Or do companies have their own special police?
I would
unless
imagine that
someone
Fox
is
has its own
going
special
to
police.
the police.
Mhm.
The police aren't going to do anything
Fox
unless
does
someone
have
goes to the police.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just reporting it.
All right, so what does this say? Go ahead.
So Fox and producers of its popular science program Cosmos have both issued statements today in regards to recent allegations of sexual misconduct against host Neil deGrasse Tyson, stating that they're investigating that they're investigating the charges raised in a recent report posted on the website Pathos. In it, author David G. McAfee. Is that like the John McAfee? Is he related to the fucking
the rich dude.
The-
who
the-
made
yeah,
that
the-
software.
the rich dude that makes the antivirus software? That's all. That's kind of crazy now.
Probably.
I
Right.
just heard someone say art.
I know. Someone call my name. Who is it? All right.
Oh,
All right, I'll be right. Ah! Pulled my
Is
thing.
that Mel C?
Keep reading. Keep reading.
no,
Is
yeah,
that Felicia?
yeah. I think that's Felicia.
Actually, you go.
I can do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Keep reading, Eric.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading here. Yeah.
Anyway, this
Listeners want to hear it.
All right. So they state investigate, and this is all coming from the AV Club. So thank you very much, AV Club.
Shout out to the AV Club.
And so Dr. Caitlin N. Allers and Tyson's former assistant Ashley Watson have both accused the well-known astrophysicist of exhibiting sexually inappropriate behavior toward them. Another woman, musician Tyree Emmett, has reportedly previously accused Tyson of sexually assaulting her when they were both in graduate school. These allegations and a subsequent interview with Emmett, who also were also reported by McCaffrey for Pathos, which yada whatever. Producers of Cosmos are
They're trying to separate themselves from it, right?
Yeah, they are. So they're so basically these two women have accused him, and it sounds like it goes back.
I think there's 4 women.
Well, 4 women now, but 2.
Because
Yeah.
that's from a couple days ago.
Yeah, this is from a couple days ago. So there's now 4 women, 2, but going back to graduate school, I guess that's a long time. You know, like that's a significant period of time ago. So it sounds like these are definitely allegations that have been around for a while.
That's crazy, man. That's scary.
So
I'm like,
now,
dude, what have I done? You know how many times I've been just drunk and out in the world?
so this is a 4th woman has come forward with sexual harassment claims against Tyson. She says that she attended a party in 2010 at the American Museum of Natural History, where Tyson is the director of the planetarium. The unidentified woman says that Tyson drunkenly approached her and made sexual jokes before propositioning her to join him alone in his office. A few years later, BuzzFeed says she explained what happened to her own employees in order to shoot down a proposed collaboration with Tyson. So,
So she said,
it sounds like
I don't want to work with him because one time he was trying to get me to go back in his office and made some sexual jokes.
that's what this
All right, so we got to the middle of it.
that's what this 4th person. All right, so
So what happened? Give
So-
me the lowdown.
all right, a former colleague and his former assistant, and the colleague was someone that he went to graduate school with, have accused him of sexually inappropriate behavior, but I haven't gotten to the bottom of what that one is yet. I haven't seen anything, but now there is
Like,
a
we
4th.
don't know if it's touching or
Correct.
jokes.
Correct.
Is
One
that
of the
right?
allegations, One
Yeah,
of the
so-
allegations was from 2010, and it basically they said she came up in a conversation, sounded like they were in groups, started making some sexual jokes, and tried to get her to go back to the office. Obviously, she didn't go, and then years later, she told a bunch of her friends that because she didn't want to work with him. So she told the story to say, "Look, this guy's not fun to work with. He made a bunch of sexual jokes with me, and then tried to get me to go to his office."
Okay.
See, I mean that, and to me,
That's fine. I mean, like, you're not
that's-
working. They're just. I mean,
Yeah, like that's like sure, maybe you said some shitty things, but that doesn't. I
it
mean,
sounds like she just doesn't want to work with him.
She doesn't wanna work
She
with
doesn't
him,
wanna-
yeah.
It doesn't seem like she felt threatened or like anything like that. She just like he was drunk and being a skis bag.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And we all know that
That's
that's
why-
rare for guys to do.
Well, I mean, that's why I don't like working with this dude.
Call him out.
His name's Art Hernandez. Do you guys know
Fucking
him?
jerk. He doesn't respect women.
He's a fucking drunken.
Troublemaker.
He's a drunken troublemaker who has dance parties after he makes trouble, and I can't.
Fuck yeah, I
can't
do.
With him.
Dude.
So I don't work with him. Like every time he's around, I'm like, nope,
Nope.
sorry. I can't do this. Oh, you want me? Then get rid of that guy. You know?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean,
Oh,
I wonder how many times
No,
that
I'm
happens
just
in my
kidding.
life.
It's just very, it's very like, oh, you know, I'm just not cool with this guy. I'm not. It's fine. You know?
Yeah, I've had people do that, like trying to book shows, and people are like they ask for recommendations. They're like, you recommend someone else besides that person because
I remember being on a show and someone bowing out of the show because they didn't like the name of the show.
but they,
Our-
they
First
had
of
already
all,
on it.
I put on this like thing. This is very warm.
top quality denim, nothing but the best.
But
mean,
yeah,
nothing
no,
but the
it was
vest.
called Trap Comedy. It was the Trap Comedy Show.
Trap comedy.
All right.
And
Wasn't that at Lexington?
no,
That's the Trap Mike.
I think it was Trap. Yeah, it was at
Oh,
the
so
record shop.
Oh,
Time
Time
Warp?
Warp. Yeah.
hmm
Oh yeah, that could happen.
And a girl didn't like the name of it.
That's like Roland does those.
So why did she agree to be on the show? Like she dropped out
She didn't
ahead of time.
know.
Yeah,
No.
you probably get asked to do the show, and then you get the details later.
You just don't like the name of it. Oh, well, to each their own.
You
I
have
guess.
your integrity, dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, like, if,
I went to that. I was on the show. I didn't drop out. I showed up in my trapping gear. You know what I
what's
mean?
yeah, you're trapping some fools.
Yeah.
I had just trapped like a beaver and a couple of squirrels before I got there. You know?
Yeah. What was yeah.
You know, in elementary school, in 5th grade, I had to paint a mural. We each had to do like a little square in the mural that might still be in my elementary school, but my
doubt
section
it.
was a beaver hunter. Like I just got drawn it, and I drew this guy shooting a beaver and all this blood, and they made me repaint it, and so I had to make it an apple tree because I did so much blood.
They
I
made you
thought-
repaint it.
Yeah, but like you could still see it. I didn't paint it like, great.
Do you think it's still there?
I hope so. I mean, I would go back and look. I looked like after like in like high school sometime I went back and I was like, yeah, that shit's there.
I remember in like 7th grade, I had this art teacher who tried to fail me. And I turned in every project, but I did it very sloppily and very shitty. Like I didn't really like her, and I wasn't really interested in the class. But I went to kind of confront her about the grade, and made the argument that she had no right judging my art, and that I turned in every assignment. I ended up getting a C in the class. I convinced her.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
nice.
goal was a C.
What's that?
Your goal was a C.
My goal was just not to fail the class. Like I didn't want to fail,
I had a teacher.
So
once-
she's like, "I'll give you a C. Is that good enough?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fine with me."
I had a teacher once because it was in a creative writing class, and she was like, "I'm not going to accept this because it doesn't seem like you cared." And I was like, "It's creative writing. You have to just take it. Like, what are you fucking talking about? I wrote it, right? There it is."
Because it doesn't seem like you cared.
Yeah, because I was like,
Why don't you ask me first if I cared? Okay,
Well,
I
the
probably
subject-
will be honest
no,
with you.
I remember it. It was like, describe a perfect spring day. And I'm like, I'm fucking 14. I don't have a perfect spring day. And so I wrote like, oh, sitting in my cabin, drinking a hot cup of Job, looking out the ridge, like with the clouds
God,
passing
that's
by.
great.
I know. She's like, I just can't, I don't take this serious. I'm like, this is creative writing. I just fucking made it. I don't have an opinion about
no, I'm
spring.
so sorry, but she was being racist. She wanted you to
was.
say something like, sitting out on the porch with my fucking
I had s-
cousins and uncles drinking 40s. You know what I mean?
Drinking Tecate,
That's what she wanted you
hitting
to say.
pinatas.
Yeah, hitting pinatas, eating
I had
fucking menudo.
Dude, I had so
Fuck
many
you.
racist teachers in my life, like 100%. Like growing up,
Hell
I had
yeah.
racist teachers in Culver City where I grew up. They would go to the all the police there, and this is like where I'd be skateboarding around. All the police there
they're
would go.
known to
They
be
would,
racist.
yeah, they would dress up as Nazis and go to the cozy bar, and just like celebrate Hitler's birthday on 420. And these would be like police officers.
Shut the fuck up.
No, they would do this every year, and it was like known. You could go to that. You can go out there, even when I was a little kid. You know, like I was like, a bunch of Nazis are gonna be over there, and there's a cop bar, and they would do that
They
shit all
are
the time.
known. Well,
And they would,
Culver
like-
City, when I was going to college.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, I had to make an adjustment. It was known for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Culver City and another police department right around here, like they had to go through a lot of changes and reform because it was fucking bad.
Dude, when I was a kid,
Rimpaw.
when
the
I was a
Rimpaw
kid,
one.
we'd go skateboarding.
Rampart.
Hey, I grew up
Yeah,
skateboarding
maybe.
in Culver City, right? And most of my friends were white. And whenever the cops would stop us, they'd always handcuff me and put me in the car, and then let my friends just sit there on the curb and stuff. They'd always fucking do that.
I remember.
And they let me go, but I was like, that's how they would treat me. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That reminds me. I was on tour with this band called Shoot It Up from Long Beach, and we were in Missouri, and our van broke down on the side of the road, and so two highway patrolmen show up. To make a long story short, they end up finding a little bit of weed on us, so they're gonna arrest the guy who they found weed on. This kid Joe, who was like, he was like 19 years old or 20 years old or something like that. It was like 2 days before his 21st birthday, or a couple days before his 21st birthday. But long story short, while we had to go to the police station, and the van was broken down, so we're all sitting in these cop cars, and they put my buddy Hector in the front seat, and he's sitting there, and he's like, the whole ride, he's like, man, this is so crazy. I've never sat in the front seat of a cop car before. Like, I can't believe you just let me sit up here. And it was one of the, like, I just remember sitting back there laughing, and the guy's like, oh, why? What are you gonna do? Where do you usually sit when you're in a cop car? He's like, oh, they just throw me in the back, man. I've been in lots of cop cars. I've been in Long Beach cop car, and he just kind of went through this whole list. But I remember
He's like,
his
I like
excitement. Yeah, it
fried
was-
shrimp.
Yeah.
Grilled shrimp.
I was working for a Goodyear tire company, and I got to drive a police car, a Pacific Division police car, and I got to drive it. And while I was driving it, I was like totally unsupervised. It didn't have the out of service thing on that they're supposed to have. I smoked a cigarette in it. I was like, "Fuck that! I'm smoking a cigarette in this bitch." So I smoked a cigarette and I flipped a bunch of switches, but nothing happened. Like, I was trying to get the siren thing, but I couldn't. And I flipped like 3, and I was like, "All right, this is too much." You know, I didn't want to push it because I was a pussy, and I was still working for that company. But I'd like to say that, you know, they just let me drive a cop car. I was probably like 18 years old working at a tire shop, and they're just like, "Hey, you're not doing anything. Take this cop car and drop it off at the police division." I'm like, "Okay." And I just like drove it down fucking to the, I think, Marina. Yeah, it was fucking great.
Mm. Yeah.
Great memory.
My brother has been pulled over like 1 million times.
Peter Fina.
In Davis, yeah.
Shout out to Peter Fina.
That was Peter Fita.
He's good.
He's out there in Pittsburgh
He's
keeping
good.
it crazy.
He's gonna go see Lauryn Hill on New Year's
Oh, that's awesome.
On New Year's.
with his girlfriend. Like, my brother
He's
has
got a girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Good for you, Peter.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Send a pic, dog. Hey, next week we're gonna have some pics of Peter Fina's girl Fina.
No, we're not.
Is it GF? Is the F for Fina? Is it your girl Fina? All right. This has been good, right? We should promote these shows.
Hey, you guys have some shows coming up here soon?
That's right.
Some monthly
Yeah.
shows
So-
that you guys.
So Serafina's is coming. Oh, and mine's coming up sooner. So we're gonna do
Yeah,
mine
yours first.
Mine's first, you guys. So if you want to come out to Troublemaker Stand Up / Dance Party at the West Side Comedy Theater, we do it every month. But this month we got Willie Dynamite, Olivia Hill, Brad Wall, Kristen Lundberg, Artie Lopez, and Amy Trout. And yes, there's
That's a
2
good
arts on
lineup.
here, dude. 2 arts.
That's a good lineup. You got your Artie Lopez is his nemesis, just so you know.
Artie is not a nemesis. He is just,
Well,
you know.
it's a natural nemesis. It's art. It's like Mario and Wario.
No, we work together, dude.
Artie
Art and
and
Artie,
Art.
that spells party.
It's like my friend Gordon met a Gordo. That's his natural enemy, Gordo.
Do you know
You
Gordo
can't-
means fat? It's not short for Gordon. You know that,
Okay,
right?
I didn't say that it was.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, go to that
You know-
show. That's a December 13th.
It's a fun show, and I'm not
December
just saying
13th.
that.
Yeah, Serafina
I
will be on it
wouldn't.
next month.
Yeah, I'll be on it next month. So
Keep
if you
that
have to
comedy
choose,
fresh, baby. You don't have to choose, everyone.
you
You
don't
just
have to
come
choose.
out.
Go to both.
Come out, say hi.
Do it all.
And here's Serafina's.
yeah. So Knockout Comedy Hour is coming out December 22nd. I didn't think I was gonna be able to host this one, but guess what? I'm hosting. So lucky you guys. So Zahara is gonna be on there, or Zara. I'm too high to remember.
Zara. You're
Is it
right.
Zara, right?
Zara Ali, dude. Fuck yeah.
Zara Ali. Theo
Oh.
Manhattan, which I'm really excited
He's
about.
hilarious.
He's such a fun.
He has
like,
such puffy hair.
he's okay.
You have to see his hair. It's beautiful.
It is. But he's also a really nice and great dude.
He's on
And we got-
Nickelodeon all the time.
With his puffy hair?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's a successful actor, you guys. You can check him out. He's very funny, too.
That's great.
Who else is on this, Serafina?
Can I talk again?
Mm-mm.
Can I? See,
Time
the
out.
oppression continues. The
I'm such a
oppression
man.
continues.
A man spreading
Time's
too.
up. Time's up, bitches.
All
All
right,
right,
fine.
Sarah Kinney. Sarah Kinney, I love Sarah Kinney. I'm actually
I love
going to be
Sarah
on a
Kinney.
show. Is this live right now? We're going to
Yes.
be on a show tonight.
Yeah, we are tonight.
In at the West Side Comedy
Down the
Theater.
west side, come on down with Sarah Kinney.
And then we got John Davenport and Jared
JD.
Jared Tachi,
You used
which
to do
I
that
don't
show
know.
with him back in the
yeah,
day, huh?
and let's
I
see if he
remember.
shows up. I don't know.
Hollywood.
He should show up. He's
Jared,
got a
we're
van.
calling you out.
He's got like a ghost van. He's got YouTube followers. He's like
What's a
doing
ghost
shit.
van?
Yeah, look it up. We
You
could
wanna-
do that
no,
the next
hey,
one.
you guys look it up.
We're gonna
Look up
bring
Ghost Van.
We're gonna
He's-
bring Jared in here and find out what the fuck a ghost van is.
We could. Let's.
Absolutely.
I'll make that full egg.
Yeah, of course.
And
All right, yeah, and always check out Breakfast with or How Do You Like Your Eggs, Serafina? And all
Yeah.
the other podcasts on our beautiful mate network and whatnot.
yeah, and if you are in the Los Angeles area on Sunday, December 16th, swing by the Cinema Bar around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're gonna be having a little holiday get together, and our buddy, the Cosmic Cowboy,
Cosmic.
who
We're gonna have him on the podcast soon again.
was on the podcast.
He's great.
He's funny.
A while ago, and we've been talking to him to try to get him back here. But he's going to be back in LA from Texas, and he's going to be putting on his big picture show.
Isn't he sponsored
That's
by like
great.
Wolf Chili?
He is sponsored by Wolf Chili.
Well, last year for this event, we had a Secret Santa, and I had him, and I bought him some really good stuff. But this year we're not doing
Some good
Secret
stuff.
Santa. We're doing the White Elephant gift exchange, so you can steal.
So we just bring in gifts?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
No,
We can
that's-
take this time
I'm gonna
conversation
go
off
last.
there. Yeah.
No, because I want people to bring gifts. So if
Yeah,
you want
come
to
by.
participate, it's better for everybody.
Come by. We'll make it a raffle or something with the tickets.
Everyone
and
just
whatnot.
come by with a wrapped gift if
Come
you're
by.
gonna come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? At the end of the day, we might just all give them to those poor people in Malibu who lost their homes.
Yeah. Either that, or I'll give them to my family as Christmas gifts. One or the other.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. I'm Art Hernandez.
I'm Eric. Good Eric.
I'm Fina.
We love you, fools.
Later,
Bye.
fools.
Bye.
Thanks, mate.